Hey Pisceans, how y'all doing? Welcome. We're going to be taking a look at your month of April, spring equinox through to May, Beltane time frame here. So let's get right into your meditation. So short but sweet, I saw the image of, well, first I heard the song. I don't know who it's by, but it goes like, never smile at a crocodile. No, no, no. I'll stop there. So I heard that song and I saw this crocodile come forward, and then I saw this beautiful dragonfly come and land on its nose and then move up to its forehead. And then I saw the dragonfly kind of jump off and really like maximize in size. And then I saw this crocodile just sort of move and become very still. And then it just turned completely white, like ivory. It became like an ivory crocodile. And it was sort of like this transformation that happened. It was actually what I actually saw was this crocodile turned white. But before it did, I don't know what these are called though, but it's sort of like that above ground coffin in Lord of the Rings where we're gonna go there, where Arwen sees that image of Aragorn and it's like that above ground like marble coffin with his likeness on the top of it. That's what I saw, but with the crocodile. Then I saw the crocodile kind of wake up and emerge from that slumber, right, as this like wonderful magical ivory crocodile creature. So then I pulled your cards and I said, yeah, this is matching. This makes a lot of sense. Crocodile energy is, first of all, is a representative for mental health. Let's just start there. We are in solar eclipse season. We are in Mercury in retrograde. This is going to be a time in which, as a collective, we are invited to go into our storage closet of what we believe, why we believe it, sort of our inner darkness, our shadow sides, and really bringing that stuff out for inspection so that we can decide what we would like to hold on to, what could use a little buff and clean and shine, and what we want to leave, what we want to no longer take into the rest of this year. It's interesting because in the Northern Hemisphere, we've just come into the spring equinox, right? This is traditionally a time where we are moving forward. Right? We're coming from the slumber of winter into the spring. It's a time for renewed energy and we're going, gone, right? But it's funny the way things work because energetically, cosmically, planetary wise, it's going to be recreating energetically more of a winter solstice energy, right? Which is really matching up with what I saw in terms of that crocodile going into this like living slumber, right? Where it's reawakened and it's like woo, like up level, like kind of like Gandalf when he falls and then becomes the White Wizard. That's what I'm feeling, you guys. It really feels like going from the gray to the white. It feels incredibly good. But this crocodile representing mental health, and then we're looking at this time in which the energies could be challenging for a lot of people. I will say that you always have the power and the autonomy to meet the energies as they are with a consciousness, with a mindfulness, with being very deliberate and aware of your choices and taking time for you and self-care. And also, and this is a big one, you guys, is allowing everyone to be where they are on their path without feeling the need to control or judge or make any, especially as Pisceans, right? It's not about feeling the need to make anyone feel better. You've got to let people feel as they need to feel during this time period, especially because it's a part of their growth pattern and path. And it's really not up to us to keep them from it. Okay, so there's something in that for everybody, but especially what I'm picking up for you guys here, right? You guys are the hearts of the zodiac, in my opinion. Pisces energy, if you're born under the sign of Pisces, that's our sun sign is what we're growing into, right? Our moon sign is our factory setting with no work at all. Sun sign is what you're growing into. So if you're born under the sun sign of Pisces, then you are truly here to make the world a better place, right? Similar to Aquarius, but Aquarians go about it a little bit more altruistically, a little bit more, detached a little bit, but you guys are really here to heal the planet. And so that makes a lot of sense with your intentions and what you desire to see and feel. You want everyone to feel that deep connection and feel good. But during this time, you're being asked to turn those attentions towards yourself, okay? Which feels like the best thing you could possibly do. Everyone needs to just not look on anyone else's page for the answers. They need to just go through this time themselves. So your animal energy is the sea serpent for this time. You guys get this a lot, and I love it for you. That circle represents spirit, so it's the most major of the major arcanas in terms of animal energy, which is just really stunning and brilliant. This is Jörmungandr, the world serpent from Norse mythology, biting its own tail. This speaks of emotional healing, successful completion of certain cycles within you, karmic lessons, right? Ancestral healing. It's beautiful. It's like this big eye in the middle of the ocean. It's really stunning. This also, reminds me a lot of Queen of Wands energy, because it's that sense of, really experiencing all those blockages removed that keep you from your highest, best, and most confident and empowered self. Funnily enough, I feel like you're going to have a certain renewed energy during this time, but I feel like that is going to be directly proportionate to, how much energy you spend on yourself versus others, right? I'm hearing lost causes. Really be aware and mindful of what is yours to, where you can actually contribute, or where, your time is better used elsewhere. It feels incredibly important. Now, stay where you are. You're coming through as the King of Cups, which is couldn't be better for you, right? A lot of water here, but of course, for my Pisceans. Now, the King of Cups is brilliant because he is the king of emotional intelligence, emotional balance, right? He's reliable. He says what he means and means what he says. If he makes a commitment, he follows through. He's the partner that we all want, energetically speaking, right? That's who we want in our partner, regardless of gender or identification, whatever. It's really about, in terms of energy, this is feeling like we are here for ourselves, so we are able to be there for others. I love him for that, right? So the fact that this is you coming through as emotional balance with these two dolphins, like in the background, Ace of Cups / Six of Cups energy, this really just feels like you are really hitting the bullseye here in terms of being there for yourself, really grounding yourself into your knowing and trusting the path and trusting the divine timing of all things. There's going to be some surprise twists during this time period. There's going to be some things that, are a little bit, shocking, or not necessarily negatively shocking, but are going to be like, oh, wow, that was a reveal. It's already started, right? So I do feel like with you remaining grounded around that is really stunning. It's really, really beautiful, and it feels like you're going to be able to move through this time very empowered. And I want to say this too. This is going to be an emotional time for a lot of people, but you as an emotional, core sign, right? I feel like a lot of the stuff that people are going to be feeling, like of the other element signs, might feel a little bit like this stuff is foreign or a bit overwhelming, but you're like, hello, this is my home setting. I am used to feeling deeply. I am used to getting psychic hits all the time. I am used to being the biggest empath there ever was. So you have a certain familiarity with the energies that are coming up during this time frame. So it does not surprise me that you're coming through as the King of Cups. It's like, no, I'm at the top of my game. I feel right at home in this, which feels incredibly, incredibly on brand. Now, your challenge is the Wheel of Fortune. Fascinating. I got to tell you, this feels like maybe a bit of impatience. Maybe you want things to move forward. You want things to manifest in a certain time, in a certain way. You're wanting the wheel to turn. But I do feel like with this as well, when this comes up in this position of challenge, the wheel moves both ways, right? Everything is going in reverse for this time period. So I do feel like the wheel's going to be turning and maybe be knocking out some things from the past that are coming forward for you to clean up, or for you to, kind of see to one last time, or for you to kind of have some closure around. So it's okay. We can say yes or no to these things and just see them as the opportunities that they are, right? But I do feel like this Wheel of Fortune is going to be knocking some things loose from the past that might, prove a bit unwelcome in the moment. But you can use your discernment, right? You can use your discernment and understand that, there's a time and place for all of these things, and you're in a beautifully empowered position to take all of those on, right? When and as they occur, and knowing when to say yes and when to say no, right? Now, your advice here is the King of Wands with the shadow side, which is the Devil right? So the King of Wands, it's interesting, we got a Queen of Wands energy and a King of Wands energy. The Wands rule the realm of the soul. They connect us to what we do and why we do it. What really gets us up in the morning? Why are we here? What's our soul purpose? Connecting us to our relationships that are, rooted to our soul purpose, to our karma, right? It's the fire of the soul. So the fact that you're getting him, he's the master of time. He knows when to say yes and when to say no. That's why he's got that little cheeky grin on his face. He's like, I know when to say yes and when to say no. Therefore, he has all the time in the world because he never wastes a minute. With the devil, which is the shadow side, and this is a time we're going to be going through our collective psyche and our shadows, which is our fear taking its big form and expression, us being called to really look at those dark abscesses of our psyche and our emotional houses. Whew, the fact that this is coming up as your advice, I honestly feel like from these visuals, keep your sense of humor about you. Again, this feels like there is a certain familiarity with this, where you're going to be able to observe this happening or with other people and within the collective and go, welcome to my world. There's a bit of that. But I'm also feeling here to really step into your creativity. I feel like you're being called to take some alone time when it is needed. And then also think about what your artistry is. What are you the best at doing? And then really thinking about really allowing yourself to be open and available for inspiration to strike. Because I feel like there could be some opportunities coming here that align you with this King of Wands, where you might be able to have some ideas or create something or take something that you've already created to a level that is surpassed what you've ever experienced before. And it's really, really stunning. I do feel like there's also a sign and symbol around this, around perhaps in what ways has your fear kept you from taking risk on yourself and investing in yourself around your creativity or the work that you really want to be doing. Okay? Invest in your soul purpose outside of your fear. Fire signs are great at teaching us about that, right? It's about, no, just go for it, right? So in your place of victories, you have the Chariot. Couldn't be better. Major Arcana. This is about moving forward in that balanced and very purposeful way. It's that Cancerian energy. Now, Cancer is ruled by the moon. That's the ruling planet, right? And you as Pisces have a deep and strong connection to the moon. So I love that you're coming up as your fellow water sign here in the place of victory. And this is going to serve as a time period with which you can really prepare yourself to spring forward when it comes time to do so. A lot of this stuff will be passed through, April 25th, really starting around that time period. So I feel like you're sort of going to be running off after this time period ends, really empowered, feeling balanced, and really connected to your intuition, your knowing, because you as Pisces understand the cycles of the moon. So you understand that we're just eclipse season. This is all in the moon cycles, baby, right? This is just what it is. And then it'll shift again. So I feel like this is very powerful for you. Now, your outcome feels very juicy. It's Two of Swords here. So water plus air, right? So Two of Swords is that beautiful stalemate, but it feels very medicinal because it's bringing together the heart and the head, right? One sword is the heart, one sword is the head. And it's about bringing those together for equal conference and really being in a place, again, back to that King of Cups energy, where you can really consult yourself in a fully realized way, right? What is my heart saying? What is my head saying? They both have equal space here. I don't value one over the other. And I can ask questions from a place of curiosity and not judgment, which gives me full access to my objectivity, which gives me complete access to the truth, right? So the fact that this is your outcome coming out of this time, you're victoriously, and look at how they're looking at each other here as well. This just feels so incredibly positive for you. And I want to go back briefly to your meditation. The crocodile, we can equate to two different energies. So it holds within it the energy of the dragon, right? It's basically like a waterlogged dragon. It's crocodile, right? So dragon energy is about that justice energy of seeing ourselves and others quite clearly with that dispassionate worldview, right? It's that beautiful, stunning, magical energy. But then we also, equate crocodile to Four of Cups, which is about, yes, the number 4 is about stability and foundation, but there's also wishing things were a little bit different, being a little bit dissatisfied with the timing of something, or failing to see the gift in any situation. I'm really being called to how that crocodile went and sort of allowed itself to be in that Four of Swords stasis space so that it can reemerge, right? Like this Chariot here with a fresh slate, like like pure as the driven snow, like ready to move on into a new era. This feels like the potential of this time for you, and it feels incredibly, incredibly good. And it's all being overseen by the sea serpent. The name of the game is emotional healing and foundation and purpose-driven action moving forward, right? Divinely inspired action that is absent of fear. Stunning. And then you're going to be unstoppable with this Chariot energy, and the choices that you make are going to be so well informed with this Two of Swords. It feels absolutely stunning, Pisces, and I'm here for it. With that being said, I so hope that this helps and resonates. If so, let me know in the comments. I love hearing from you guys in the comments. I'm so happy to be back with you guys after some time away. You may notice that the location looks a bit different. I am filming from an undisclosed location in the States. I'm at a hotel in the States, y'all. I'm waiting for my visa to be approved so that I can go back home to the UK. So thank you so much for your patience. I look forward to being with you guys in a more regular way moving forward as my situation gets sorted out and I'm able to move through this time period. And with that being said, just again, thank you so much for being here and for your continued support. I love my Pisceans. I love you so much. And most of all, and as always, just thank you for being you. And be well. Until next time.